How's it going, everybody? Chase here. Today I'll be showing off my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. This is the one I use the most. It doesn't follow any of the ban list rules or any of the limited or semi-limited cards. I don't really play in tournaments or anything like that, so this is solely a fun deck build. Starting off with the monsters, we have one copy of Obelisk the Tormentor, one copy of Blackluster Soldier, two copies of Chaos Max Dragon, three copies of Whitestone of Ancients, three copies of Whitestone of Legend, three copies of Maiden with Eyes of Blue, three copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, one copy of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, one copy of Sage with Eyes of Blue, one copy of Effect Veiler, one copy of Shard of Greed, one Melody of Awakening Dragon, one Fusion Deployment, two Trade-ins, two Polymerizations, two cards of Consonants. I'm pretty sure there's two Feather Dusters, or no, one Feather Duster, one Dragon Shrine, one Pot of Avarice, one copy of Chaos Form, one copy of Soul Crossing, one copy of Card Destruction, one copy of Reload, one copy of Raigeki, one copy of Ancient Rules, two copies of Silver's Cry, one copy of Advanced Ritual Arts, one Shard of Greed, and one Pot of Greed. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is a deck solely for fun. It's not a competitive build. However, it can be if you take out Pot of Greed and a few other cards and swap them out with others. But I've always preferred not really listening to the whole ban list thing. I just do this game for fun. But now on to the extra deck monsters. One copy of two copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, one copy of Dragon Master Knight, two Azure Eyes Silver Dragons, two Alternative Ultimates, one Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, one Spirit Dragon, one Five-Headed Dragon, one Twin Burst, and one number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. Now, I'm going to show it off. This one is actually faster. It's, faster for the most part, but people didn't understand why my deck in the my previous video on this deck was, they said it was too slow or it was too bricky or whatever. But to me, it was fun for what it was. I played a few casual deck duels and got pretty far in them. But we're going to start by drawing the opening hand. I'm putting my deck over here. So right off the bat, Pot of Greed. I'm going to go ahead and activate that. This lets me draw two cards. Activate the Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard the Whitestone of Legend. My monsters are going to be one Blue Eyes White Dragon and one Blue Eyes Alternative. And I'm going to activate the continuous spell Shard of Greed and activate Alternative White Dragon's effect by revealing a Blue Eyes in my hand. I can special summon Alternative. Send these three to the graveyard because they're through. I am going to set Harpy's Feather Duster face down. And now that I'm in my end phase, or I'll attack and then enter my end phase, my monster's effect will activate Whitestone of Legend, which lets me special summon from my deck a copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon, or any Blue Eyes monster. I'm going to shuffle and I will end my turn with that. My opponent would do their thing. Chances are they can't do anything. So I would draw for turn. I would activate Polymerization. I will fuse the Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon and 2 regular Blue Eyes White Dragons into my go-to card, which is Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. And I will have Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon attack. And I forgot to say I put 1 counter on my Shard of Greed. When it gets to 2, I can draw 2 cards. And now I will enter my end phase and end my turn. I would draw for turn. That's pretty much my go-to move right there, is have Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate attack, but I can activate Shard of Greed, which this is just going on even further. If I wanted to, I could realistically end the game with this, or end the round with this. So I drew 2 cards. It was Obelisk the Tormentor and Cards of Consonance. Activate Cards of Consonance. Discard White Stone of Ancients. Draw 2. And send these 2 to the graveyard. And summon Maiden with Eyes of Blue in attack mode. And end my turn. And you get the gist of it. It's fast. I mean, you could swap out Pot of Greed with Upstart Goblin or whatever, and it would work the same way. But to me, that's fast. I mean, the fact that I was able to get Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate out on the 3rd turn, to me, that's fast. I know a lot of people don't get what I call fast, but I don't really care to do OTKs because I want my opponent to be able to have the chance to play. And if they can't play, what's the point of sitting down and playing with them if they're not going to get a chance to at least fight back? So I'm shuffling my deck for the 2nd time. Gonna cut it again. Draw opening hand. I forgot 1 more card. And once again, activate the Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Its effect will activate, which lets me add 2 monsters from my deck. So I'm going to add this and this. And I will activate Cards of Consonance. Discard the White Stone of Ancients. Draw 2. I drew Raigeki and Advanced Ritual Art. I will now reveal the Blue Eyes in my hand. Special Summon Alternative. Send these 2 to the graveyard. And set Raigeki face down. Have Alternative attack. And end my turn. Draw for turn. And again, rinse and repeat with the Alternative White Dragon. Have him attack. Draw for turn. Advanced Ritual Art. I will send the Blue Eyes White Dragon that is in my deck currently to the graveyard to Ritual Summon and bring out my 2nd go-to strategy, which is Chaos Max Dragon, and have Alternative pop whatever monster they have, and Chaos Max Dragon will do 4,000 points of damage to him directly. And then I would pretty much end my turn because chances are they have 4,000 attack points left. And they would do their thing. I forgot to send this to the graveyard. I would draw for turn after they did their thing. And once again, Alternative. If I wanted to, I could activate Alternative's effect, but I'm not, so I'm going to activate Raigeki, destroy all their monsters, have alternative attack, and then Chaos Max will do the final blow. Now I'm going to do one more. Shuffle the deck really good. Cut it. Okay. And this time around, I'm going to set the White Stone of Ancients in defense mode and set one card face down and end my turn. Chances are my opponent attacked, destroyed this, sent it to the graveyard. Its effect will activate, which allows me to special summon Blue Eyes out from the deck. So I'm going to special summon this one. Shuffle. And now it would be my turn because they already ended their turn. I would draw for turn, reveal the Blue Eyes in my hand, special summon alternative, activate Ancient Rules, bring out my third Blue Eyes White Dragon. I would then have them attack, and that would do a pretty hefty amount of damage. I would then end my turn, my opponent would do their thing, I would draw, and that's pretty much it, because chances are alternative's going to be able to pop whatever monster, and then these two will finish them off. So this was more of a just showing off my personal deck, because the last time I did a profile, a lot of people harped on me about how I wasn't playing a good deck, that it was too bricky or it wasn't very good. Which I understand, that was bricky, but it was, I forgot to say in the video that it was for fun only. It wasn't for competitive or whatever. It was for just for casual play. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking this video, consider subscribing. I upload almost daily. But in the meantime, have a good one.